What the fuck is that? This is not a quality beef stick. So we're sitting here playing on controller right now. I started to plug it in the other day, and I just had a much better experience playing the game. Just been sitting here, kind of getting back into it, getting back used to the flow of sitting here using this controller. But anyways, yesterday I was playing, and I was just sitting here running around, getting a bunch of guns gold, just having fun playing the game. We ended up getting the Mark II gold, the Car 98, EBR got done earlier today, as well as the Desert Eagle. And now we're sitting here trying to do the Dragonov. I mean, I'm hoping it's not too bad. It's basically just a stronger yet slower version of the EBR. I won't be able to put a red dite sod on this one though, so that it might be a little bit harder. But anyways, I was sitting in the dirty old houseboat playlist for the majority of that time. Actually, no, all of that time. The regular maps of this game, and I'm sorry, I don't know how long we have to have this game out, but the base maps are just still dog shit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit here and run around with this Dragonov. I might have to go into ground war to do this. I mean, the EBR I was able to do in the regular mosh pit. Riley, what are you doing, buddy? Hey, Pup, what are you doing? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the Dragonov in these normal game modes. Last night we had or I guess 2 days ago for you guys, we ended up getting the next update for this game, which unfortunately removed my dirty old houseboat playlist and replaced it with Hardhat 24/7. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to use the Dragonov in this map. I mean, look, again, Hardhat, great map. I personally didn't like it a whole bunch on MW3. Go on ahead and flame me if you want. And on this game, it is not playing a whole lot better. They added a whole bunch of new just like little sight lines and head glitches where you can just mount now, and it's not fun. I mean, generally, I've been just sitting around mid here. I basically do get bored enough, though, to where I'll just go run around the map if no one decides to push in here. Yeah, but without this dirty old houseboat playlist, I was sitting here like, yeah, all right, cool. I did these weapons in this amount of time. I should be able to go on ahead and finish everything in the game within like 10-ish days. Half my ARs are already gold. Half my SMGs are gold. Shotguns are platinum. I have the Dragonov, and then marksman rifles and snipers are done. My knife is halfway done, and then just the riot shield and rocket launchers. And I mean, honestly, like, yeah, those will probably be a pain, but I should have been able to get everything done within about just over a week. But then they took away my dirty old houseboat playlist. We're sitting here on Hardhat, where this is the peak of its gameplay. Like, I don't know how much of this I can actually take, dude. The players in this game, man, they just, oh god, they're taking what was to the community a great map and just making it worse, dude. Like I said, I didn't even like Hardhat all that much, so I don't see what the huge appeal was. Apparently it flowed really well. I mean, I was like, what, like 13 playing this game? Probably not even that old. And I mean, yeah, sure, Modern Warfare 3 was the first game I had ever, like, you know, gone and prestiged in and all of this other stuff. Like, I remember getting my Doritos and Mountain Dew bottles with all their double XP codes on them and stuff, grinding the game week 1 with all of my cousins, and just having a whole bunch of fun. This map, it does not spark the same amount of joy. But anyways, instead of sitting here and complaining about Modern Warfare like 90% of YouTubers do when they play this game, I got a little story to extend on from yesterday's video. So at the end of that video, I'll go on ahead and leave a card thing up here in the top. I don't know, I never really use those, but I'll go on ahead and leave a card. It'll take you back to the last video. Towards the end of it, I kind of explained how we were supposed to go on the boat yesterday with all the family and all that stuff, and I mean, we ended up actually doing it. It took a while, you know. My parents had a pretty fun night the night before. They woke up not feeling the best, but it took us a while. We had to go get like fishing licenses and stuff and do a bunch of whole other stuff, getting a bunch of just really unhealthy food that, I mean, I'm not gonna complain about. Well, I still got this Coke Vanilla here. But we were able to get out there. We had a pretty good time. We went fishing for a little bit. I was just kind of chilling, you know. I would have went fishing. We had we were minus a pole because, I mean, I don't know, someone forgot to bring something, or maybe just from the last time we forgot to buy another one. But out of the 4 of us that wanted to fish, we only had like 3 fishing poles at the time. So I was just kind of chilling. I let my mom fish. My mom really likes fishing. She was into it when she was younger, so she still likes to. She still knows kind of what she's doing. So I let her go on ahead and do that. I just kind of chilled out on the side. But we were out there for about like 2-3 hours. And before we had went, the dog ended up getting outside. He had jumped in the truck. We were putting everything in the car. We were getting ready to go, and the dog somehow got outside and ended up getting in. He was ready to go. Little Riley over here, he was ready to go. So me just feeling bad, you know, I don't know. I feel for my animals and all that stuff. Like, they're sitting here like they want to be people too. I look at them and just like small people. They're kind of like children. It's like, oh man, I don't want to. He's sitting here. He's ready to go. I don't want to tell him to leave. So I asked my parents. We're like, yeah, sure, let's take him. We'll see how he does. So we end up taking him, and we did really good. He did a great job. He was sitting up having the time of his life when we were driving, going fast, just letting all the wind hit his face, taking in all the fishy smells. But we're finally ready to go on ahead and turn back. We're ready to go home. So we get back within the range at the dock. We're sitting there. I'm ready to jump off with the rope so I can tie the boat to the side. My dad's sitting here trying to park. And in all of this, I end up jumping off the boat, right? I'm ready to tie it all up. My dad's sitting there trying to park it, and no one was really paying attention to Riley over here. And my man, he had, he'd been out there for a few hours. He'd done a great job, but he had not gone to the bathroom at all that time. He hadn't really had food. We didn't want to have him get like seasick or anything like that and throwing up all over the boat. And what I'm guessing was going through his head was, I've had enough of this. Sure, it was fun, but I'm ready to go home now. And Well, no one was paying attention, and he decided to just take a dive off the front of the boat. I'm sitting here on the dock, I look over and I see the splash, and I'm just sitting here like, well, I don't see anything. I see where the water waked, or where all of the ripples were coming from, and I look over and he's sitting there. Riley pops his head up out of the water, and he's just sitting there doggy paddling and trying to swim. I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my god, this is his first experience with water ever, despite like 1 or 2 baths. And those baths are in like 2 feet of water, not like what was still probably 8 to 10 feet. So I'm sitting here, I'm freaking out. I'm trying to I'm sitting here like, I gotta hold the boat. I can't really do anything. But in the meantime, I'm sitting here trying to take my shoes off, get my phone out of my pocket, ready to go in after him. And he was just sitting here trying to swim over to where the water ends up meeting the concrete. And then I'm sitting here like, he's turning around. He tried coming back to the boat. Everyone was sitting there screaming his name. So I'm assuming he was just thinking like, oh, they're calling me. I gotta go back. But there was like no real way to get him back on the boat. My dad had already jumped off trying to get him, so they're all trying to call him over to where the water meets the shore. I'm sitting here ready to jump in after the dude. I didn't even see this guy. Where? That's how dark it was. I literally couldn't see him. He was just right there. I'm just not, we're not complaining. We're telling a story. But anyways, Riley ends up swimming over to the right side of the boat. I'm on the left side, and I'm sitting here. I start freaking out because then I couldn't see him, all right? He was stuck. He's like, I'm sitting here like, he's under the boat. He's going underwater. Dude, and my dog, he's going to die. He finally, I end up seeing him. He comes back around the other side. Peak Modern Warfare gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. Peak. But anyways, then this other guy that was behind us trying to dock his boat or get into the water, I can't really remember. He turns around, he's trying to help us, and like, Riley is swam over, okay, in between the boat and the dock. So now I'm sitting here trying to push the boat away and like also hold it close enough so my dad can still try and park when we're done. Can't just let it float away, but I can't just squish my dog's head like a melon between the boat and the dock. But he ends up getting like literally right below me on the dock. And with most docks, right, you'll have like some sort of like tubing or lining. So if a boat does hit the dock, it's not going to scrape it or do any of that stuff, right? But anyways, with this lining slash tubing, here's your dock, right? The lining kind of like came in and out and in and out, kind of like in like like a little zigzag pattern. And he ends up getting his paws up there and he's just sitting there holding onto it for dear life, just sitting there just pan looking up at me. And I'm sitting here like, bro, you gotta go that way. This ain't gonna work. Chest spawn, man. I'm going the other way. I'm not fighting that. But then this guy from behind us sitting here like, oh, don't worry, man. I can get him. I can grab him. He sits here and he grabs my dog by the neck and then drags him while he's in the water over to shore. Sure, he's in water so he can kind of stay up a little bit so he's not choked, but I'm just sitting here like, bro, stop lifting. You're gonna sit here and just asphyxiate my dog. I'm not making fun of you, buddy. Don't worry. You just made it oopsie. I'm not making fun of you, Pop. He hears me talking about him. I keep saying his name, and he's just sitting here like, what's going on? What's happening? Well, we get him out of the water, and he was just sitting there crying for hours. I had to drive him home. He was just sitting there with his head buried in my hand the entire way. And let me tell you, driving about an hour with a wet dog in your car is just... it's not too fun. And I didn't want to put the windows down either to try and let the smell out because it was started getting cold outside. So I'm sitting here like, well, he's going to get cold because he's covered in water. I'm going to get cold because it's just cold in general. So I sat there and had to choose. Do I want my nostrils to literally die and watch all of the hair fall out of my nose? Or do I want to sit here and just freeze to death? But he ended up being fine. We got him home. He was chilling. I mean, realistically, like, it kind of, everything that had just happened within the past few minutes kind of just exited his mind because he saw a female dog as soon as he got out of the water. Like, his mindset just instant transition just swapped over to just sex. But yeah, that was Riley's first experience ever with water. I hope it doesn't scar him or just give him horrible thoughts in the back of his mind like, oh man, don't take me back, please. But he did okay. He was okay. He was safe. I had a little heart attack thinking I was about to lose my dog that isn't even a year old yet. But the puppy's okay. He's okay. He did a good job. He gave us a scare, but he's okay now. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed. That is the story of Riley's first water boating experience and, well, almost killing himself. Let me know if you guys want to see more Modern Warfare videos, more story videos, or anything like that. Let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. If you have any games recommended that you want me to try and play on the channel for you guys. But anyways, yeah, go ahead and head down to the links real quick. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already. Leave a like. Go ahead and check out my Twitch and Twitter as well. Links are in the description for you. What you have fun doing? And you're biting on my fingies, pup? Did you have fun doing? But anyways, yep, that's gonna go ahead and do it for me. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.